What is up, guys and girls? Hurricane Liz here, and in this video I tackle a question that has been asked several times lately, and that is, Liz, are you still doing KDP? And I will tease you with a bit of an answer. I have recently launched a brand new course on how to get your KDP book on Audible, and or even if you don't have a book, how to start a KDP book. I still can't say that good fast enough, as many times as I said it in the recent years. How to get that KDP book on Audible. It's called Audiobook Assassin. Details are in the description box below. And so we're going to talk about that and a heck of a lot more, including the most important aspect of KDP, and that is keywords and keyword research. I still do that. So I'm going to talk more about the keyword research and the videos that I have upcoming to help you improve your KDP keyword research. I got all that and a heck of a lot more. So I'm super fired up. I hope you're fired up. Let's do this. All right, so let's just jump straight in and answer this question. Did I quit KDP? Well, I didn't quit KDP altogether, and I'll explain more on that here in a second. The part of KDP that I did quit, I don't want to say it's temporary. I'm not sure if it's permanent, but the part that I did quit was the low content and no content book. And that's for several reasons. We can obviously go into those reasons in this particular lesson, but the gist of this is going to be more or less the brand new thing that I decided to do and why I decided to do. And I think it will be an important lesson, particularly for those people that are brand new out there and they possibly are in this scenario where they're trying something and then it seems that no matter what they try, it's just not working. So I think it'll help you people for sure to be able to determine whether or not or when to cut something loose. So I'm clearly going to relate the entire story to KDP itself. And as I said, I didn't quit the whole thing entirely, but I did quit a subsection of it. And the reason that I quit the low content and the no content is I just realized that there's just so much crap out there that keeps getting rehashed and put out there that it's created a lot of competition, and it's really raised the level for people that create quality content, which is great. It's great for the people that take that into effect, and in some instances you do have to get lucky. But if you're going with a purely numbers game like merch and merch t-shirts and things like that, you're going to have a lot of time having a great deal of success. So one of the most important aspects of being in KDP is timing. If you jumped in early enough, then you had the same opportunity that the early merch adopters had in order to absolutely crush it. And that's just because the luckier you get early on is going to have a significant impact on your future. And that's primarily because of the fact that you can stack reviews upon reviews upon reviews to the point where you pretty much set yourself up and you're set to go for a very long period of time. So while you can still make KDP work for you, I feel that it's become more important to have a high quality game in the niche in particular. And that all starts with having a good solid artist or being a good solid artist. And let's face it, guys and girls, if you've seen the way I draw stick figures, I've got no chance in hell, and I certainly don't have the desire, discipline, or time to sit there at my computer for hours upon hours generating all these books and ideas. And while I do have great ideas, I can certainly do that. I certainly don't even have the discipline to do that too much with merch. Luckily, I have a good merch designer, and since I do make quite a bit on merch, I don't want to waste him by putting him into KDP, so I'm fine with quitting KDP. Now let's talk about why I decided to cut it. In general, I started the KDP experiment along with starting the different version of KDP, which is the Audible experiment, which means nothing more than creating a book that has a lot of content on it, packaging it as such, and then selling it on, in addition to the KDP platform Audible. And I had a lot more success with that particular model, and it's primarily because all I did is hire and outsource the writing to a ghostwriter. They produced the book, they did everything. I hired a cover designer, and then all I really was in charge of is doing the initial research and then putting together the listing, putting it on Audible, and then finding the narrator to do the whole thing on Audible. And I meant earlier putting it on KDP and then finding the narrator to put it on Audible. Once I got all that together, it's usually just one shot of really focused work for possibly a day or so, then doing some research on the back end and then putting it together and putting it on KDP and Audible. So it really didn't require that much time in comparison to having to manage a VA for the original KDP low content model. So when I look at results within the 6 months, while I did do pretty well on KDP low content and no content, it was just too much work for me and it became a second job. Whereas the Audible way was a lot easier for me to do. It was still outsourced, but it was less focused work from my end to be able to put together a book that I can easily market and do the things that I enjoy on it, and therefore create the same results as KDP, and in some cases even better. So it was just a pretty easy decision for me to make. If you're in a similar situation where you've been focusing on one project for an extended period of time, I would first say to myself, always commit a certain amount of time to that project. And if you don't see results, then get rid of it, right? So in the KDP instance, I was selling books, I was making sales, but I was making more with Audible, spending less amount of time. And I just realized that to be able to scale each business, Audible was just more sense to me because I didn't have to work in the business as much. With you, all you have to do is evaluate your results. Are they the type of results that you hoped? If they're not, can you continue to help snowball those effects and get better and better results as time goes on? If the answer is yes, and you're enjoying it, and you're spending the exact amount of time that you wish to spend and getting some decent results, then I would continue moving forward with it. And if not, or if you're not getting any results, then clearly, if you spent 6 months of focused work on it, I would drop it altogether and look for something else to do. Hopefully that helps the noobs out there. So pretty much I reached the point where I think Kenny Rogers said it best, and I know the people out there are gonna like, Liz, who the hell is Kenny Rogers? You're really old. Kenny Rogers said it best, you gotta know when to fold them, know when to hold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. And at this point in time, that's why I am running at least from the low content and no content model. But here's the great part. There are a lot of skill sets that are required to make that work that also work in any type of Amazon business model. And that is really where I shine as a marketer and as an Amazon seller. And that's just comes down to the simple fact that for the past 13 years, I've been selling on Amazon in some way, shape, or form. So I've literally been able to become an expert at all these different parts of this whole system that help you just sell better on Amazon. And those parts, in no order of importance, but I will say possibly the most important thing to learn about selling on Amazon is just understanding what to sell. And in order to do that, you need to be good and you need to be a master in niche product research. So I know all those French people out there are saying like, Liz, we're glad you can finally say niche. It took your ass long enough. Yes, I do know. I've been saying it just for you guys. I don't want to get any grumpy French comments below. So how do you become an expert in this case, niche product research? Well, it's just by doing this simple thing every single day. So every single day in some way, shape, or form, I am doing product research and I'm deciding what in the hell to sell on Amazon. And slowly over the course of a period of 13 years, I've become one of the best because I can pretty much find a product, be able to tell if a product sells or come up with an idea for a product just almost instantaneously. And that's just through monotonous, boring training to where some people just couldn't even handle it. So anything that you want to master, make sure you just do it over and over again every single day. I mean, that's just old-fashioned habit forming 101, people. All right, so what things am I still good at that still apply to you if you're doing KDP or merch or wholesale or any type of Amazon that there is? Well, it's copywriting, keyword research, niche research, as I mentioned already, competitor spying, PPC, external marketing, and finally, state-of-the-art tools and or what's people are using in the marketplace to help them accomplish all these things. Every single one of those skills still applies to KDP or any business model that there is on Amazon. So if I do ever come out with a video that pertains to marketing, PPC, or niche research, it applies to all of those. So I would definitely take a look at that. I would definitely watch that, as I'm pretty much collectively showing you all these lessons I've had in the past 13 years and all these brand new things that I do learn. Luckily for me, just being in this space for so long, I've been able to develop relationships with people out there. So when something brand new comes out, they usually come to me and they ask me to help them. I take a look at it and I think, does it help you guys? If it doesn't help you guys, I'm not going to recommend it. I pass on about 95% of things people show me and only truly show you about 5% of the things that I'm shown, because I do believe that they can help your business, which at the end of the day is the whole focus of this channel. So again, any one of those topics that I talked about earlier, if I ever put a video out about that, it is going to relate to KDP or anything that you do. In no way, shape, or form does this change my feelings about Amazon. I still believe it is the best platform on the planet, and I still highly encourage it, specifically for a noob. It's the number one easiest way I've ever seen to make money online, especially if it's going to be your first sale. So again, by no means am I going to stop with content that will still help your KDP business. I plan to continue doing that, specifically keywords. If you guys are doing keywords, you got to pay attention because that is possibly the easiest way to put more money in your pocket. So that's pretty much it. That's a wrap. If you have any questions or comments, post them below. I always personally answer those, and I'll see you guys next time.